All right, Coach, year 5?
Year 5.
Year 5. Can you believe it's been 5 years?
No, I can't. We were kind of talking about that. Someone asked me from another news outlet how long I've been at it, and I had to sit there and count and figure it out because it's been gone by in a blink. It's crazy.
Well, last year we didn't get a chance to catch up after the season. You guys went 5-5, 2-2 in the conference. I just wanted to give you one last opportunity to kind of tell folks, last chance to talk about that team, those seniors.
Absolutely, and those seniors, a special group for us. You kind of do that due diligence of looking back at those groups and great young men, right? Between your Colt Prathers and your Owen Rands and Aiden Unthanks and Reed Riders, and you just sit there and go down the list, Kane Lands, Gavin Waymans, and you look back and you go, oh man, we're replacing 10 starters on defense because it's all senior led, and that's a big one. And you're coming in with a new quarterback, a new running back, new receiving core. It's like, man, this is a huge turnover in what you have to prepare for. So couldn't have been more proud of those young men and how they handled stuff. Things didn't go the way we really were anticipating and hopeful of last year, but the way they came out every day, same mentality, same purpose in practice was, Coach, we have business to take care of. They established where it was expected of Harrisburg doesn't just make playoffs, but we make playoff runs. But that was always their mentality. It was never we're down and out. It was always what's next, Coach? What do we need to fix? How do we get better?
Yeah. Another thing you've started since you've been coming is the community night.
Yes.
And I thought that was a big hit this year.
This year was awesome. I stopped counting with 70 kids that were just part of the football side of that. I counted at least 12. We had volleyball with Coach Stanley come out, and the girls came out and did that. They had a dozen girls out there doing that. Cheer had well over anywhere from 60 to 70 as well. So, I mean, we had a huge turnout with the community night. We had some big support from banks and local people that want to be part of it. It's just one of those things where, it's fun to see these kids get to see that, hey, high schoolers, these kids look up to you, and they love every minute of it.
Something else was new this year was the scrimmage against Marion. We're used to purple and white. How did that come to be?
We started kind of looking around. Last year, I kind of sat on the idea of it. They started letting us do it last year, and I wanted to do it, not sure how it was going to go, if it was helpful, if it was a mess. So we kind of sat on the idea last year. I reached out to people like Jason Dunning at Marion and Joe Clark. I was like, hey, how did that go? Did you like it? What was some goods? And they're like, hey, we're all about it. We love it. Originally reached out to El Dorado and Joe Clark. Unfortunately, they signed a 2-year deal with the team. And he said, hey, hit me up in a couple of years. We'll be thinking about that. So there is that idea. That was our first thought is, hey, bring back the rivalry that we're used to in Saline County, get some excitement with that. And then Marion came calling at us going, hey, we're looking for someone to host or come to us. And, selfishly, I told them, like, hey, we do the fundraiser for the 4Cs. We do, I'm looking at kind of diving that out into Heaven's Kitchen potentially in the coming years. Like anywhere we can help out in the community, we're selfishly wanting to stay at home. If we could, we get that we can't every single year, but we'd love to. And he said, absolutely, we'll be there.
Well, how'd you feel you guys did? And if you were keeping score, you guys were within one score.
Within one score, absolutely. And we know going in there, like, hey, they're not showing their best offense and defense. We're not showing ours because we know people are here recruiting or scouting and all of that. But I'm very proud of our young men. You come in here with a team that is senior heavy, senior quarterback, senior receiving core, very good group there, really good staff and well coached. So we told them coming into it that you guys need to step up and just show us what you can do. This is going to tell us exactly what we want. We picked a team that's got a lot of competitiveness. There was a huge of like, hey, very easily you guys come out here, lay an egg, and they'll roll through us. And it'll be one of those nights where our eyes are wide open. And our boys just came out and played. Yeah. And that's exactly what we told them we wanted. Like, we don't care about the score. We don't care about any of this. They're over double the size of us when it comes to school size. We just want to play with them. And I believe we absolutely did. Our defensive line and linebacker are stopping their run game. They had to go, in my opinion, to the passing. They're very good at that. So, our young secondary was getting their teeth cut on that one. Offensive line-wise,
they picked on him.
They did. And with that receiver, man, I have no doubt that kid's got a shot at really doing some big record-setting at Marion and having the conversation of, you can't put it too far ahead of it, but talking about All-State and potential kid there, and to put Quest as a sophomore, hey, your first chops at it, go get him.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of those scenarios that he was in, we watched film. I was like, Quest, you were there. The alignment assignment was right on. He's just got a couple years on you, and that's a really good receiver, man. So, just if that's what your worst night is of work, we're going to be all right.
We'll be great.
Exactly. We're going to be great, man. So, again, high-level competition. We wanted that. From last year, we had some teams that were like, we didn't really get, a lot of competition. So, bring on Marion, give us the best competition we can find, in our opinion, around here. and see where we are afterwards.
I think the big thing stood out to me and Jake was the depth. You had like 6 guys that had touches of the football and actually did damage.
Absolutely, and that's one thing where we have the unfortunate every year of the attrition of guys come out. We got some athletes in the high school that I'm still working on. We got some good athletic guys in both junior and senior class that just for whatever reason just wasn't for them. We're kind of missing on that, but we also have some guys like Caleb Hefner. Right, we got Maddox Smothers that are able to step up for us and get some carries. Quest gave us a lot what we needed there. Kenny Novi, like a lot of new guys getting some reps. And with Hank taking that hit, we were able to shuffle in, and we didn't feel like we missed a beat at all. We kept moving.
Big thing too, Owen Rand's gone.
Yep.
Ian Crabb steps up. How
Absolutely.
do you feel he's been doing,
Yep.
and how does the offense change maybe this year?
We knew when he was coming in, obviously, like you never want to put a new kid up against the old guard, right? Of like, this is our expectations, and we told him that coming in of like, hey, your name's Ian Crabb. Our expectation is that you take this over and you're the quarterback, right? Like, yes, we look back at like, man, Owen did this, and yeah, sure, we can do that all day, but that doesn't help our cause on offense because he's not going to live in the shadow. He's going to make his own name at quarterback for us. So, coming into June, learning a lot on the fly and having to put it together. We knew coming in he's super athletic, very fast. He's explosive, twitchy. He's got a good arm. So, like, we got to be able to get the confidence up. And so from June and July to where you saw at the scrimmage, in our opinion, he played very well. He put the ball on the money where it needed to be. Scramble drill or pressure, he takes off and he's out in space. And like I said, I think he's going to be a handful for the teams we play this year. So I'm incredibly excited to let him cut loose on some other people.
Now, defensively, you mentioned only 1, maybe 2 starters.
Yeah.
Are guys stepping up like you thought they would?
Absolutely. We have some guys that we were kind of on the bubble last year as juniors going, man, it'd be nice if they could do something that they've showed us in camp and early on that they can play and be contributors on that rotation side. Some guys that haven't really played in some positions, we've shifted them around to different spots, and they're playing well for us. I know like a Braxton Welge's kind of been all over the field, whether it was at, tight end for us. He's played some running back. He took some reps at running back for us. He's been outside middle linebacker. Now we got him a defensive end and defensive tackle. He's kind of the guy that we can plug and play. He's stepping up there. Some young guys like Drake Whitmire on the edge. Just anybody that we can find that can step up and play. And these guys have done it. Absolutely.
How do you feel about the schedule you built, adding Jersey, getting rid of Piggyville, adding other Breeze and out at Marquette?
Yeah. So, we were like, try to get away from the Marquette Hall, and we got Jerseyville. So didn't really save us on that. But it's that double-edged sword of, yes, you want to get as much competition in as you can. We want to get as many good teams as we can. But then you have the cost of that benefit of is it helping or not, because we got to get to the games. And then also teams that just don't have open dates. And you're just really hamstrung with there's only 3 teams available, right? And one's north side of Chicago, and we're not going to take that long drive for that. And this is a local-ish team. And so, again, that's where, Marquette and Pinckneyville didn't want to re-up on contract. So we went searching, and these are the teams that we come up with that we fit best size-wise and competition-wise.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about Burke Wilson real quick. How has he been this summer kicking?
Yeah.
He told me the other night he's been kicking him near the 40.
He has. He's absolutely kind of using his leg. We're going to try to use that as a weapon this year. Anytime, at any level, absolutely. It's great to have a just spot-on kicker. But at the high school level, you tell me that from the 30-yard line and in, you have an automatic kid. So that means that way, you get into a drive that stalls out, and it's 4th and 10 from the 30, and we can get one in. Absolutely. So that's been part of our making sure we call extra point automatic and field goals automatic now. That's what we're trying to get to. If he hits it every time, we've challenged him, we put him on points, back him up, put him on the hashes. We get all the team running around him, screaming and hollering, trying to distract him, and he's been all about it. He's been trying to just put him in just the worst scenario possible. We even put some like conditioning on the line of, hey man, don't miss this, or we got something we have to go do. And so doing that and trying to just get him built up in that moment, And as, again, teenagers, there's going to be those moments where we're here or there, but from this past year to where we see him now, it's been a huge change of confidence.
Aiden Hankins, we're going to keep him out this week?
Yes. We went through concussion protocol, and just the way that worked is today would have been first day that he could have been back on Friday, and IHSA rule says that the first day back cannot be a game.
Okay.
So just by the timeline and when headaches and some symptoms subsided, and we can get him going again, it was on Monday. We just didn't have enough turnaround time to get him out there, which you hate for it. It's one of those tough conversations of a kid like Aiden that would run through a brick wall if you'd let him to say, hey, I can play, keeping him safe, doing the right thing, and following with that. So, yep, it is that much that we leaned on against last week with Marion is next kid up mentality.
Well, word on the street, AJ, real quick, they're kind of down on numbers. Is that true?
They are, yep. We doing the research, no freshmen. team. I think about 30 to 32 in the program altogether. So numbers are down. We kind of had a taste of that my first year here. We had 22 juniors and seniors with about 9 or 10 sophomores helping us get to 30. So they're down. They've had some guys move out that were very athletic for them. But as you look at it, with like Dietering still being part of the district and that feel for it, they're going to give us some stuff. We've seen spread, we've seen wing T, we've seen under center, triple option, we've seen all of it. So I have no doubt that they're going to try to throw as much as they can at us, because I mean that's their best game plan, is giving us all over the place and keeping us out of rhythm.
Well, lastly, what do you guys have to do well tonight to assure a win?
Absolutely. To assure a win, we come out, we always talk about just assignment sound football. Defense is alignment, assignment, and play. Know where you're supposed to be, what coverage, what's the slants, what's all the different responsibilities. Get there, own your gap, do your job, and offensively just execute. You could run any offense. If you execute, it works, right? So just alignment, assignment, play, and assignment sound football.
All right, well, good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.